What's up, guys? It's Andrew Verdella, aka Yu-Gi-Oh! Enthusiast. I played at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Extravaganza remote duel event this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was just playing it all. Had a great time. The event was very smoothly run. Shout out to Konami, shout out to the judge staff, shout out to the event staff. They all did a fantastic job running the event. Don't sleep on remote duels. They're actually really fun. I didn't suspect anyone of cheating, really. And it was just a super fun event, and I look forward to more of them in the future. So I'm going to show you guys the deck I played this weekend. I actually won 2 Winamats, so I'm going to be getting 2 Tomb Kingdom playmats very soon. The deck I played was Zoodiac Dogma. I was going to play the Alistair deck. Unfortunately, I could not acquire all the cards at the time, so this is what I had available to me. So this is what I ended up playing. Now this is the list I ended up pretty much ended up on. Throughout the weekend, there's been some cards that I interchanged after playing in each event, just to get a gauge of the meta and everything. Started seeing a lot more rogue and control decks were in the early days, and then a lot more combo decks in the later weekend days. So I had to, after every event, I had to adjust the deck and make sure it was more built for the meta after every Winamata event I played in. So this is pretty much the list that ended up happening. I won one Winamat with this deck. I won another Winamat with a different version. But this is the version that I ended up liking the most and what I ended up deciding on. 3 Ash Blossom, Standard Hand Trap, Dogmatika Engine, 3 Alicia, 2 Maximus, and 3 Dogmatic Punishment. I tried Schism and Maximus in this deck. I ran into a lot of issues with it. One being that the extra deck space was very tight, and I actually needed more Zoodiac monsters one game when they would have been the Shadal cards would have been Zoodiac monsters, so that was an issue. Also, I ran into a lot of scenarios where my opponent was sending their Elder Entities, Cyber Dragon Infinity, since that triggers. So I just ended up giving up on the Maximus part and focused more on just the generic Alicia Search for Night or Punishment engine, which worked out very well. I played 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Nibiru. Originally, I wasn't mainboarding Nibiru. Then I started running into a lot more combo decks, so I eventually just upped it to 3 Nibiru. I played I consider a small Zoodiac package of 2 Ram, 1 Rat, 2 Thoroughblade, and 3 Whiptail. You want to keep the zoo monsters very small. You don't hands of multiple zoo monsters are very bad, especially in this format. An ideal hand is only having 1 zoo monster, and the rest either hand traps or the Dogmatika cards or actual trap cards. Having multiple zoo monsters hurts. If I wasn't playing Desires, I'd actually just cut Ram down to 1. But you need to play at least 2 Ram and 2 Thoroughblade, with especially since you're playing with Desires. Whiptail I made at 3 because that's honestly the most important one, strictly for banishing monsters and having the quick effect to attach as a material. I only play 2 Tenki, again for the same reasoning. I wanted to keep my zoo package as small as possible. The hard once per turn search is very relevant. You don't want to see multiple Tenkis in your hand. You want to see as many trap cards essentially in your hand. So I try to keep Tenki to 2. 3 Nadir Servant, cards broken. 2 Pod Desires, 3 Triple Tactics. Triple Tactics is a hit or miss, but when it hit, it hit. 1 Upstart to keep the deck at 39 cards. 1 Barrage, 3 Punishment, 3 Imperience, and 1 Combo. I was between this and Avarice a lot throughout the weekend. I ultimately decided on this because it's essentially searchable with Rat, and I will take it actually does something, and it's searchable. So that's the main reason I end up deciding on combo. For the sideboard, 3 Joel Lockbirds for the combo decks, 3 Cosmic Cyclones for Eldrick and the Mind deck, Duster for the Mind deck, 3 Anti-Spell, 3 Appointer for going first. I actually did not see these cards for the life of me all weekend. I wish I drew into these cards, but when I sighted these cards going first, I just never saw them. So I can't tell you how good they were, but I'm pretty sure if I had them, I'd tell you they'd be pretty good. And 2 Evenly to break boards. For the extra deck, pretty standard 2 Nates. This is actually supposed to be the Wind one, not the Fossil one. So let's add that in real quick. 1 Wind Pegasus, 1 Omega, 1 Ash Dragon, 1 Vespinato, 1 Borbo, 3 Shakanine, 1 Dryden, 1 Hammer Kong, 2 Tiger Mortar, and 1 Megaclops. The Zoodiac Exceeds package is very important. Triple Shakanine, like a third Shakanine, definitely came up quite a bit. And this is like, if there's like a minimum amount of zoo monsters you need an extra deck to play the zoo package, this would definitely be it. Infinite Track only came up a few times, and to be perfectly honest, Infinite Track only came up in the scenarios where I was going to probably win anyway. But like, you still want in your extra deck. It's a 4K beat stick with a good effect. And I didn't really use Omega. When Pegasus was, I dumped a lot for extra protection. It was mainly Ash Dragon and the test were like the main ones I ended up dumping off of Punishment and the Deer Servant for most of the time. But yeah, I ran Zoo Dogmatika for all weekend long. I had fun. I kind of wish I was playing the Alistair deck, but this deck is fine. It's good for a local, good for remote duels. Give it a try. And let me know what you guys think in the comments of my deck and how I did this weekend. Be sure to check my TCG player below. It's a link to my store. It helps me out directly. And make sure to like and subscribe because that definitely helps me out. Until next time, peace.